What is going on, guys? Today, I am going to be talking about the new chapter of One Piece that just came out, chapter 955. Pretty good chapter. A lot of crazy things happened, and time really sped up. I think the last chapter review, whatever you want to call it, I said, like, time is moving really fast, so if we keep up at this pace, we could end up being at the raid very soon. I was thinking, like, that means 10 chapters or something, because it's One Piece. But no, it's been like one or two chapters since I said that. So this is going pretty well. I think it's only been one because there was a break last week. I think that's when I said it last. So this is cool. Yeah, let's just go through the chapter. First thing, the cover page. Capone is apparently in Dressrosa. I don't really know what that means or if it matters. I mean, nothing important really is in Dressrosa anymore. So I don't even think that any of like the rulers of Dressrosa are there. Even Dofi, of course, isn't there. I mean, that goes without saying. But even like King Riku and Rebecca and Viola, I believe, even was in Reverie. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't think he's taking it out or anything, but it's something going on. I love Dressrosa, so it's kind of cool that it's back in the story, even if it's just a cover page. So moving on into the actual chapter, I was a little disappointed by the whole cliff thing with Zoro when he gets Enma and he is told to test it on a tree. And it's like, okay, and the cliff is destroyed, right? Sure. Now, I think that this could have been more hype if there was a little bit more, like, if it's done in the anime, it could be a lot better. If it was shown that, like, Zoro was kind of just like, I don't know, he wasn't really swinging. He was just kind of like doing the motion of a swing, I guess. And then if it was to have that kind of effect, okay, that would definitely mean something. But I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking he probably did like a full slash or something based on the way it was shown, and then that was the effect. Which, why would that not be impressive? Well, I mean, I don't know. I think that pre-time skip Zoro could probably cut a cliff, like Water 7 Zoro and he's Lobby Zoro. I would think that with his old swords, he could probably do that. So, really not even that difficult for him, I wouldn't think. So, maybe this cliff is like of a magnitude that I just have no idea, but you can see, I mean, trees and stuff. It doesn't seem that big. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to see on that one. With that being said, though, he is an absolute unit, regardless of how impressive that feat actually is. It is supposed to, like, drain his haki or something. Was it the, like, more advanced version of haki or something? They used, like, the Ryu, whatever they called it. I forget. Is that, like, the advanced version? I don't think it is. I think it's just haki. So it, like, drained it out of his body. It, like, drained his life force or something. But then it looked like he just, like, fuck that. And he just, like, charged himself back up. That was pretty awesome. That's cool. It doesn't even seem like with him being able to do that there's going to be too much of an issue there. And then, of course, we see him training later, and he apparently has gotten a lot better. So I'm thinking Enma is going to be a pretty huge addition. Hopefully, we're going to get a lot more power out of him for that. I've seen some people saying that this is going to be Zoro's Gear 4, which I totally disagree with. I mean, Gear 4 is basically like Luffy's trump card, or at least it was originally. That was how it was used in Dressrosa. He's used it a lot more now. So I guess maybe it is kind of a Gear 4. It's just like a power boost. It's weird because when the gears were first introduced, they were supposed to be trump cards because they were going to shorten Luffy's lifespan. But he uses new gears, and they're originally presented as trump cards, and then they're just not. They're just used all the time. They're needed to start a fight, basically. So I don't know. I guess if that's the case, if Gear 4th and all the gears or whatever aren't really trump cards anymore, then maybe it is going to be the new Gear 4. Because I'm just saying, it doesn't really seem like it's going to be a trump card since he not just initially had a pretty good time dealing with the weapon, but then we have this training where he's supposedly done a lot better. So it seems like it's just going to be a part of his arsenal at all times. So that'll be cool. Again, I'm really excited for that, but I don't think it's a Gear 4 in the sense that it's a trump card. So depends on how you look at that, I guess. My question, speaking of Enma and these high-level swords, is what, Hitetsu says that he is a Wano swordsmith, okay? My question is, what exactly are the logistics behind smithing a sword of such a grade? I mean, really, like, what is even going on here? I think it's really cool how this sword like just drains your haki or your life force or something, and then in return it just does way more damage than it should. But I mean, it is a little strange, right? Like, how exactly do you make a sword do that? Is this like an MMORPG where you just collect materials, and if you're a high enough level in a profession or something, you combine them and you make a weapon that has like certain abilities just because? I mean, like, really, how do you, like, as a swordsmith, craft a sword so that it does those things? I'm just curious. So it seems a little strange to me, but cool, whatever, you know. If there was some kind of explanation, that would be amazing. That would be unbelievable. But it was just funny. It seems like a video game to me, how that works. But sure. I mean, I'm guessing that means that when we see late, like, we'll probably learn something about Yori. I feel like Yori is the name of Mihawk's sword. It's totally something different. Oh my god, it's gonna be so embarrassing. But it starts with a Y, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, what's the deal with his? Does it have some crazy ability or something that we're unaware of? Maybe his butter knife has some kind of crazy ability we're unaware of. I don't know. I'm excited to see more about the sword, since this is like the first one we've really gotten any description like that for. So that's cool. I mean, we have come across cursed blades, but I don't think they've really been to this extent. So that is cool. Little curious what the Sinach, you know, I think that would be the way it'd probably be pronounced in Japanese, that Zoro and Momo are talking about. Don't really know what that's about. Seems kind of important. Tama, she just holds on to her role of cutest thing in the history of One Piece. She is the best. Just that one scene where she's like sitting over Luffy, that was awesome. She's just so cute. I can't handle it. Momo, you know, when we see that panel where they're all walking, the Red Scabbards and Shinobu and Momo, and they have those hats like fucking Itachi and Kasame when they roll up on the Leaf Village. They're just walking. Oh, it's awesome. It gave me some vibes of that. And so I was thinking, you know, I see Momo actually in front of this pack of what should be decently powerful people. We have yet to see if that's the case. But he's in front of them as if they're going into battle, which I think they are. So I'm thinking that, you know, none of them are expecting this, but I'm thinking that Momo is actually going to play a decent role here. I don't think he's really going to have a combat role per se, like where he's actually physically fighting people, but I think that he has been built up as such an important character, and he has the voice of all things, and he's actually used it. So, like, to a better extent than we've seen Luffy, kind of. So I'm thinking that's somehow going to be involved in this fight. I don't know exactly how that's possible, but I think it's going to. I think he's going to play a huge role. Something about that panel made me think that for sure. I'm really unsure of how powerful Luffy is by the end of this. I mean, we have all this training he was doing, and then at the end, we see him pretty easily just, like, punch more than half of, like, a hole in a tree. Again, I feel like something, it's like Oda is either not doing so good of a job of presenting how much effort they're putting into these attacks, or he seems to forget how powerful late game characters are in the One Piece world. I mean, like, Luffy in Water 7 could easily do that. In Gear 2, I mean, do we remember the way that Lucci was defeated? I mean, that would eviscerate trees. He annihilated the Noah, which was, I mean, made of wood, and he destroyed like 50% of that ship, and it was just a monstrosity. And it was like just a giant Gatling gun, just punch after punch was destroying these things. Like, it wasn't really that high effort for him. So I don't really know what is it. I'm wondering if, like, what we're supposed to get here is he, like, is basically just like putting his fist up to the tree and then just using the, like, advanced arm haki, like projecting it into the tree, not really using physical force. Because in the beginning it was, what's his name, the old man, Hyogoro, I think his name is, something like that. He was saying, you know, you're using too much brute force, I think implying that he needed to be using more haki. So is Luffy, like, just putting his fist up to the tree and unleashing the haki, and then that's the result? Because if that's the case, one thing, that's awesome. But if he was to combine that with raw power, that could be pretty lethal. So, I mean, Luffy did say, like, just you wait, Kaido. So I don't really know how seriously I can take that. I don't know if he, really stands a chance. He does not stand a chance against Kaido, but I want to know what that means. Can he do damage to him? Who knows? We will have to see on that one. That pretty much wraps up everything. The last thing I wanted to say is, with the end of Act 2, pretty excited for that, of course. But if it's anything like how it was after the end of Act 1, basically the next chapter, probably about 75% or more of it, we are just going to go to some other part of the world, maybe go back to Reverie, see what's going on there. Something. The last time, we got to see Blackbeard and stuff. So we're going to go around the world, see what's going on. We got Mihawk action too last time. That was interesting. So as far as my chess piece videos goes, I think we're going to get a lot of chess piece information here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I made some videos I call my chess piece series. But yeah, basically just talking about all the huge pieces moving around in the One Piece world, like Shanks and stuff like that. Reverie, the Revolutionary Army, just big things like that. So I think we're going to get a lot of information like that. Then maybe the end of the chapter will, or like maybe the last few pages, it'll be like, beginning of Act 3. That's how it was last time. We got like 75% of the chapter after Act 1 ended. It was just crazy stuff going on, and then the beginning of Act 2. So I'm thinking that's how it's going to happen. Next chapter, probably going to be one of the best chapters of the year. I mean, that's basically what it was like last time after Act 1. So, pretty excited for that. Of course, there's no break next week. If there was, I'd lose my fucking mind. But yeah, really excited. So, that's basically everything. Get hype. I'm hype. I'm super excited for this next chapter, for everything that's going on. Even after just all the cool stuff that happens next chapter, this is it. This is the raid. So, it's pretty exciting. Yeah, that's basically it. I will talk to you guys on Sunday.